Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet this shell stitch pocket shawl. You can find a link to the written pattern in the description below, as well as a list of the materials needed. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. This is a little bit of a more advanced pattern, so some of the steps might move a little bit quickly, but I have included a link to the playlist for my stitch tutorials where I focus specifically on particular stitches. So if you're finding yourself struggling at any point along the way, go ahead and have a look there to see a more focused video and then come on back to work on this project. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I will try and make it as easy as possible to follow, however, so that it is something that's meant for an absolute beginner to also be able to follow along too. So let's go ahead and begin with our starting loop and get that onto our hook. And just before the comments start flying, yes, I do hold my hook a little bit differently. I don't know if you hold it like a knife or a pencil. I hold it like a pencil. And I do want to mention for a shell, for the shell stitch, which is what this pattern is featuring, we're going to be making our starting chain in multiples of 6 plus 2. So let's go ahead. For this one, we're going to do a chain of 56. So yarn over your hook, pull it through the loop. Yarn over, pull through the loop. All right, so you're just going to keep on going until you have a total of 56 chains. So you can pause the video, make your 56 chains, and then come back and we'll move on to the next step together. All right, so now that we've finished our chain of 56, we're going to go ahead and in the second chain from our hook, so not the first chain, but the second, we're going to work a single crochet. So push your hook through that chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull right through both loops on your hook. We're going to skip the next two, and in that third one there, we're going to work 5 double crochets. That's going to be our shell. So yarn over, push your hook through that chain, yarn over, pull up a loop. You've now got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through the next 2 loops, and that's your double crochet stitch. So we're going to do that 4 more times, so we have a total of 5 in this same chain space. Yarn over, push your hook through, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so now we're going to skip the next 2 chains, and in that following, we're going to work a single crochet stitch. Skip the next 2, work 5 double crochets in the following. You're just going to go ahead and keep on doing this all the way down the row until you get to the end, and then come back and I'll show you what we're going to do next together. Okay, so now that you're done that row, you should have finished your row on a single crochet. We're going to chain 3 and turn our work. That chain 3 is going to count as a double crochet stitch. Now at the beginning and the end of our rows where we are either starting or ending with a shell, we're only going to work a half shell. So it'll be 3 double crochets. And because the chain 3 counts as a double crochet stitch, we're just going to work 2 into that first stitch there. So let's work 2 double crochets. And that's our half shell. You'll see as we get a couple of rows in, that's what's going to keep that nice straight line. Now we're going to skip these 2, and right at the top of our shell from the previous row, we're going to work a single crochet into that third stitch there. Skip 2 into the third one here, which is a single crochet from the previous row. We're going to work our 5 double crochets to do our shell. So we're working our shell stitches between the shells from the previous row, which is into the single crochets from the previous row. Okay, skip 2, do your single crochet. Skip 2, 5 double crochets. Go ahead and do that all the way down and then come back. Okay, so here we are at the end of our row, and we want to make sure that in this first single crochet here, the last single crochet here, we're working our 3 double crochets, because as I mentioned, when we're starting and finishing our rows with a shell, we want it to be a half shell. So let's go ahead, and in that last stitch, we're going to work 3 double crochets. Oops. Okay, now we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and now since we finished the last row with a shell, we're going to start our next row with our single crochet. So we're just going to work a single crochet. So we only chained 1 and turn our work because we finished with a shawl. Now, whenever you finish with a single crochet, you're going to chain 3 and turn your work and start the next one with a half shawl. So we ended with a shell, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work and start with a single crochet in the very first stitch, skip 2, that brings us to our first single crochet from the previous row, where we're going to work our full shell, so the 5 double crochets. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to skip 2, work a single crochet. You're just going to keep on going on with this pattern how we just did those first couple of rows. So just keep in mind, whenever you finish a row with a single crochet, you're starting the next one with a half shawl. So you're going to chain 3 and turn your work. Chain 3 always counts as a double crochet, so you'd be working 2 double crochets into your first stitch to begin with a half shawl. Whenever you are starting your row, if you finish your row with a shell, you're going to start the next one with a single crochet. So whenever you finish your row with a shell, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work, start with a single crochet. When you finish your row with a single crochet, you're going to chain 3 and turn your work and start your row with a half shawl. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and keep on working these rows until you get to a total row count of 76. That's including these rows that we just worked together. So total row count of 76 altogether, and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished all of those rows, you've got 76 in total here. I pulled up a lot so I don't lose my place here, but at the end of your work here, you're just gonna get some scissors, fasten that off, pull it through so it's secured, as we want this little ripply end to be at the front, the bottom of our work. Okay, we want that to be the front, the bottom part of our work. So we're going to leave that as it is. So 76 rows of work is 1 panel. This shawl is worked in 2 panels and then connected at the back at the neck. So now you're going to go ahead and basically repeat this whole, these whole steps all over again to this point so that you have 2 panels, and then come back and I'm going to show you how we're going to finish up. Okay, so now you have your 2 panels of work. What we're going to do is take where you have your starting chain, so the straight edge of your work, not the, we'll call this our scalloped end with our shells. So that little ripply end, that's what's going to be at the bottom at the front because it's so pretty. So we're going to take the straight edges of both panels, which is where we had our starting chain, and we're just going to line those up. I'm just going to fix my work here. Okay, so we're going to line those up evenly, just like that. Get your hook and put it right through the very first chain space there. Okay, do I have that through my first one? Yes. All right, you want to make sure you keep it evenly. Now we're going to be working through both sides to close this seam right down to the end, and we're going to do that with slip stitches. So go ahead and get your yarn. We're going to make a starting loop and get that onto your hook. We're going to pull that right through and chain 1. Now working, again, making sure that we're working into both sides together, we're just going to work slip stitches all the way down. So push your hook through, yarn over, pull right through the loop on your hook. And you're just going to be going ahead and doing that evenly, working through both sides to create a seam and close the work together. So go ahead and do that all the way down to the end and then come back. Okay, so now that you've gotten to the end, you're just going to pull up a little bit there, fasten it off, and pull that bit through. So now we're going to use a yarn needle, and you want to make sure that you're working on the inside of the seam to just weave it in and out to hide and secure. And we're going to do that for all of our tail ends. All right, so go ahead and grab your yarn needle or tapestry needle, and you're just going to weave in the tail ends. So just push it in and out a couple of times along the seam. And for all of the other tail ends, you're going to do the same thing, but you'll be just pushing it in and out of the some of the stitches on the inside of your work. Okay, and just go one more time here. I'll do a little loop and knot it just to really make sure it's secured. Okay, fasten that off. Don't mind, my scissors are not the cutest. I can't find my cute ones right now. Okay, so you're just going to do the same thing for all of the tail ends. Then make sure you remember, like this right now, it's inside out because we have that seam there. So we're going to flip it so it's the right way. And we're going to attach our pockets. Okay, so now we're going to work on the pockets. The pockets, we're using the exact same shell stitch technique. It's just obviously our starting chain is going to be different than what the actual starting chain for our shawl was. So the starting chain for the pockets is going to be 32. I'll show you, I'll go ahead and do the first couple of rows of it with you, and just grabbing my yarn here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this next pocket. So I've got one done. I'm going to work on the other one here. So we're going to do our starting loop and get that on the hook. And we're going to make a starting chain of 32. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2. Okay, so now we have our starting chain of 32. We're going to work a single crochet into that second chain. And then we're going to skip the next two and work 5 double crochets into the following. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip 2, work a single crochet into the next. Skip 2, work your 5 double crochet. And you're going to go ahead and keep doing that all the way down to the end and then come back. Okay, so we finished our row with a single crochet, which means we're going to chain 3 and start our next row with a half shell. So chain 3 counts as a double crochet. We're going to work 2 double crochets into that very first stitch. Skip 2, work a single crochet into that next one. Skip 2, work your 5 double crochet into the following. So we're literally just following the exact same pattern that we did for the shawl. It's just a smaller size because we're just working on the pockets. So you're going to go ahead and keep on working this the same way that you did for the shawl. Okay, so bearing in mind, when you end a row with a single crochet, you're going to chain 3 and start the next one with a half shell. When you end a row with a half shell, you're going to chain 1 and start the next row with a single crochet. So go ahead and keep on working your rows until you get to a total row count of 15 rows of work. That's including the ones that we just did together. So your pockets are going to be a total of 15 rows of work. Go ahead and do that for both pockets and then come back and we will finish up our project together. All right, so where you want to attach the pockets, you don't want it like too low to the bottom because this is a bit of a longer pocket shawl. So I'm going to get my tape measure and show you how far up I put mine. It's up to you wherever you want them to sit, but I would just recommend maybe putting the shawl around your neck, get an idea of where exactly you want the pockets to go. So I'll show you, I'm just going to grab my measuring tape and I will show you where I attach my pockets. All right, so where I like to have the bottom of my pocket is 5 shells up, or let's see here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Puts us at about 4.5 inches up from the bottom. Okay, so that's where the bottom of my pocket will go. Now the part you want to think about when you have the design that we have here is how you want the look of your pocket to be. So I'll show you what I mean. Remember when I was saying you want to make sure that your shells are all going a certain direction by having the little ripple to the bottom and the front? So you have to decide, do you want the pockets to match the same way so that all of the shells are matching, right? They're all going the same direction and your pocket will have a straight edge at the top and the ripple at the bottom. Or do you want the ripple to be at the top and the shells are just going in 2 different directions from the shawl and the pocket? So that's something to think about. I personally am keeping everything going the same way. That's how, that's what you saw in the picture. And that's how I prefer it for this design. I like the straight at the top for the pocket because I like all the shells to go the same direction and I like the little ripples to be lined up. So that's just my preference, but whatever you like is what you should do. So now we're just going to go ahead and attach our pockets to our work. You don't have to have any fantastic sewing skills for this. I certainly don't. But I will show you how I connect my pockets, just in case if, there's any question there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and thread our yarn needle or darning needle, whatever you call it. And you're just going to go ahead and poke in from the back. And you're just going to go up and down. So literally just sewing it on. Sorry, I know it looks a little bit awkward how I'm doing it. Like I said, I am not a sewer. So be comforted to know that for any of my patterns that require something to be sewn on, you really don't have to have sewing skills to be able to successfully complete the pattern. So you're just going to go ahead and do that, just going in and out, all the way down across the bottom and up the side. Obviously not the top because it's a pocket. We want to leave it open. And that's it. You're just going to repeat for the other side. And there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this pattern. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.